If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580. By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure at KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Got your beer.
Follow the leader when the leader.
Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
Don't you driving me insane? Just this heavy on my brain. You keep playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
You always show up for your friends when they call you, whether it's 3 in the morning or 3 in the afternoon. While it's perfectly normal to want to help your friends in need from time to time, it's also important that you don't take on more than you can handle. It can become unhealthy for you and your mental well-being when you start to care for others at the expense of yourself. So, here are 5 signs that you probably have a rescuer personality. Number 1, you tend to put the needs of others before your own. Do you always help your friends with their problems and ignore your own? The rescuer personality type also goes by a different name, the White Knight. The term has modernly been used to describe someone who would go to great lengths to help others. Today, it's used to describe anyone with an intrinsic motivation to lend a helping hand. Because of this, rescuers may end up only focusing on how to help others and never on what's going on in their own lives. 2, you base your self-worth on your ability to help people. You sometimes ask yourself how you could have done better or what more you could have done after helping someone. Those with the rescuer personality type are often highly self-critical of their ability to help people, since helping others is at the core of their personality. They're always looking for ways to be at the top of their game. Because of this, they may take it personally when someone else proves to be more helpful than they are. 3, you find yourself insisting on helping, even if it's not needed. Do you feel obligated to contribute or to help others? Those with the rescuer personality sometimes look for opportunities to help, even when it may not be needed. For example, your friend may have told you he doesn't need any help to clean up after a party, but for some reason, you still insist on helping. Sometimes this persistence may come off as overbearing to others, which may affect relationships in the long run. Number 4, you have a tough time dealing with conflict. Is it hard for you to accept when your actions may have made others feel worse? Having conflict in a relationship can deeply affect a rescuer, since rescuers thrive off making others feel better. Being seen as anything but helpful can negatively affect their self-esteem. While rescuers are often empathetic and kind people, conflict might bring about a defeatist mentality that isn't helpful for their mental health. And number 5, you've been a rescuer from an early age. Have you been helping others since when you were a child? For example, when you spent your younger years taking care of a parent or family member with a physical or mental illness.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. It's Hump Day, Wednesday. The voice of reason continues his onslaught on the wild and wacky world of relationships. And again, you already know where I spend the majority of my, free time. It's at the Cigar Lounge. So many conversations, so many discussions. And what's interesting is, I was talking to one of my childhood homeboys. You guys heard me talk about him before. He's a rapper, still rhyming, and he's still really dope. He's really fly, in terms of his skill set as a rapper. But he had to take care of his father for the last 10, maybe 12 years of his life. And it took a lot out of him. And he and another gentleman, we got into this discussion about guilty obligations. Should I be responsible for fixing my significant other's family problems? Like, I get the rescuer personality, the white knight. But am I supposed to be the white knight for your people? And they Lil Junebug, your cousin, done robbed the gas station, and they got him on film, and now I got to come in with my friends and my resources because I know a lawyer that can help. I want to know how far, right, do your obligations go? Are we just obligated to each other and the family we may create? Or are we also obligated to the family we've joined? Woo, Lord, 1-800-920-1580. This is an open discussion, and I want to talk to you about it. Can one become a type of white knight, right, when it comes to saving your significant other's family from poor decisions? Can you be a white knight to your woman's people or your man's people? You always coming to save them? I was told by a wise woman. She says, when you save people from their calamity, it's like pulling a kid out of class before the curriculum and the syllabus was explained. Sometimes you got to let people crash. You're doing them no favors by stepping in. But where's the fine line? Right? What underlying emotions, right? What underlying emotions drive your desire to be the safety net for your significant other's family problems? Are there people out there that are in this position? I want to know. There's snakes out there this big. Classic Ice Cube reference. I'm sorry, Anaconda. But are there people in relationship right now that feel overwhelmed by the problems and the issues that, your significant other's family is going through? Oh, God, your nephew got to move in with us. He just got out. How far do the obligations go? I'm interested to know, how do you define the boundary between offering support and taking on the responsibility of fixing their family issues? Now, everybody got issues. Everybody's got problems. So I am sure you don't have the free time to fix your significant other's problems when I'm sure your family has issues. But I'm going to go the other way on this. I think when you do get with somebody, especially if you're taking it to the level of marriage, you are marrying into their familial dynamic. Now, it doesn't mean you got to be a pushover and get taken advantage of, and it doesn't mean you're responsible for fixing your significant other's problems, but I do believe when you take it to the next level, you're marrying a family, you're marrying a culture, a community, right? And as are they. But how far should you take the family obligations? I'm very interested to see what folk got to say tonight. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. Have you discussed with your significant other their expectations and preferences regarding your involvement in their family matters? That's an interesting question. Have you guys sat down and said, hey, if this goes bad, right, in my life, I'm going to need you to fill this role. I need you in this capacity. I don't need you to overstep and do this, but I need you to do this. Right? How do you balance your own well-being with the demands of being the go-to person for family problems? 1-800-920-1580. Listen, when I come forward, you already know what it is. I'm about to go to the phone lines. I want to talk to my people. I want to talk to you. Bring your city in from all over the nation. Let's go.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to K-Drip, where we play all the best classic water-wasting hits like Sprinklers in the Rain and Leaky Faucets. They're tunes from another time because now that we face a hotter, drier future, every drop counts. Despite an extremely wet winter, keep using less water, fixing leaks, and reusing indoor water for your garden. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more ways to conserve. Up next, brushing your teeth with the water on. K-Drip.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look, and unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at the gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action is the youth component of the impactful CBO, known as the Community Coalition. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action has chapters at almost every South LA high school. Say Yeah, as they are popularly known, is located at 80th and Vermont, but serves young people all over South LA. Under the COCO umbrella, they train youth organizers, help underserved scholars prepare for college, and work with students to help them gain admission to top universities. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action fosters teen activism, where young people have led campaigns moving tens of millions of dollars to South LA schools and forcing officials to make AP classes available to students in under-resourced institutions. SCES scholars have taken part in the March on Washington, been published in major news outlets, and been elected to city council. Long before she was mayor, Karen Bass started the program when she founded the Community Coalition. To donate, volunteer, or enroll a student in South Central Youth Empowered Through Action, please visit cocsouthla.org. cocsouthla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Female narcissists, you have to keep in mind, they're only after one thing, and that's the highest level source of narcissistic supply. This means that they're going to target the man with the greatest potential to extract narcissistic supply, the greatest potential of providing them everything that they want or need in order to arrive at their goals, whatever goals these predators have set for themselves, which is usually access to a lot of money, fame, attention, status. These female narcissists love status, and they're going to target the person that can provide that for them. They're also after shelter, maybe some skill sets, discipline, knowledge, you name it. You name it, guys. And of course, great sex. That's a given. So I really feel bad for the beta males who missed out on sex with a psychopath, because sex with a female psychopath is probably some of the best sex you'll ever had. Let's just keep it real, guys. But I digress, because the truth is, female narcissists use sex as a bargaining tool, and they will take it away whenever they feel they need to in order to exert control over you. They will take it away and use it, wield it as a dangling carrot, as a form of torture, manipulation, punishment, and like I said, control. So maybe you dodged the bullet, but you didn't get far enough to poke your thing inside the devil. It's true. Listen, female narcissist.
Wow! Who is that guy? Tell us who that is. Whoa. Now, I don't totally agree with everything he said, but let me just say this. You guys have to realize this, brothers. Good brothers who want to do good by folk. I'm waiting for Andy.
No name. Psychopath Exposure is the page.
Psychopathic Exposure? But there's no name. Okay. But let me just say this. Guys, the guy that's willing to perform and jump through hoops, to me, he is the problem. Right? In these situations where he may attract a woman that wants to take advantage of him. First off, we got to stop speaking in a ubiquitous way. We have to, there are no absolutes here. We have to speak in generalities, okay? Goofy men perform. That's just what it is. And it is the goofy performers, they were labeled in this clip betas. It's the goofy performer that creates a market for the so-called narcissistic woman to get a supply from. And as the gentleman outlined in the video clip we just played,
They want attention. Oh, they want money. Oh, they want resources. They want access to your Rolodex. They want access to your connections. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. But if you dress up like bait, don't get mad if the big fish comes along and snatches you up. You dressed yourself up like bait. Now you got obligations because you presented yourself as being one that has resources. You led with your resources. You led with your wallet. So now you mad because somebody's taking advantage of you because you put your wallet on the table while introducing yourself. So I don't like the way things get framed. The narcissistic woman is out there hunting men down. And there very well may be some women that are like that. But to create what I call a blanket license to say women are like that, and vice versa. Oh, all men are dogs. No, that's not true. That's not true. But you do find people in situations who feel like they have to rescue people from their problems. Now, my question is, if I am a good dude and I got my woman's back and she going through hell and high water, should I not have her back? Now, what are the boundaries for having her back? Does having her back mean I got everybody in her family's back too? And what if the feeling isn't reciprocated? Like, listen. There are dudes out there that, hey, they one phone call away and they will jump through hoops. But I'm talking about somebody you're in an intimate relationship with. Is there such a thing as a guilty obligation? Oh, God, I got to do this. Should I be responsible for fixing my significant other's family's issues? Is it my responsibility to come in and be the voice of reason to people who may not know or respect me or who may not understand what it is I represent? I need to know from y'all. 1-800-920-1580. Sean from Oakland, California kicks it off.
Wow, brother. Well, that is a very difficult question. So whether or not you take on the whole, problems of your in-laws, and I assume we're talking about people who are married, but we could be in people that are just in relationships, and the extended family, just so I'm kind of on the same page here. If the extended family has all these issues going on and things, it really is a big challenge. But what you have to do is be solid with the communication between you and your significant other, what I always call the better half because I've been married so long. But the significant other and the person that has the family, and they're, causing this very complex situation, right? So if it's money, like I told Andy, if it's money and people need money and you're able to, give them some money to help alleviate, believe me, it's a short-term thing. But if you're able to do that one time, it's not alone. Don't listen to what they say, saying they'll pay it back. No. This is you giving them money as charity, all right? But don't say it. You don't have to say that. But don't expect the money to come back, and don't get mad when they don't pay you back because that's a family thing, right? I mean, it's like, look, here's what I can do to help you, but that's it. I'm tapped out now. Whether you're tapped out or not, just say, this is it. This is all I can do. And good luck, and I'll help you in other ways. But that's how complex it gets, because there's major problems where people are really screwing up and doing all that kind of thing. Look, I guess my line is on things that are not money, or if there's some guy that's a racist or discriminating on people and just a bad apple, and it could be a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. That's where I say, no, you can't come to my house. And I think sometimes you got to draw the line in your family situation. No, you're not coming to my, cookout on Sunday whenever we can get together. No, you're not going to be invited to birthday parties and stuff. You know why? Because you discriminate and you're racist. But when it comes to money, a little more flexible if you can. If you can't, you just tell them, be honest. Say, look, I would love to help you, but I can't. You just be honest because, a lot of times people make a lot more drama than there is in that family situation. And that's my 2 cents. But, Zoe, I'll tell you what, man, you're incredible in talking people through these situations. So I would just say, communication is the key, meaning don't shut down the communication and don't, any type of communication can be repair. So it's okay to repair a breakdown in communication. So that's when I hear what you're saying, that's my 2 cents.
Hey, brother, you already know I appreciate it. You brought Oakland, California in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the deal. All you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. As a matter of fact, Arabia had a point she wanted to make. Let's get Arabia in here. Arabia, what are your thoughts? Because clearly you were responding. So get that mic and tell me.
I'm so empathetic, and I'm so sympathetic, but I'm more empathetic. But I have to literally look up the definition of a friend. And if you see compassion, you see affection. But the key word that y'all don't see is mutual. It's been a lot of people
hold on. Andy, can we get the church organs? Because Sister Betty Eunice Abernathy, Lord. Yes. Mutuality. If it ain't mutual, Sister Eunice, when we come forward, we're going to revisit the mighty and powerful words of Sister Eunice as she ministers to us on the importance of mutuality, the mutual giving and taking. When we come forward, Sister Eunice has a lot to talk about.
In my dreams at night, she walks right through the door. You know, you're always on my mind. I'm gonna get that girl and do it right this time.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Former Black Orlando Area State Attorney Monique Worrell says she'll challenge today's suspension of Governor DeSantis in the courts, but she's not hopeful she'll get her job back. Governor DeSantis suspended Worrell by executive order for dereliction of duty on crimes, saying her office has routinely allowed criminals to receive extremely reduced sentences. In Philadelphia, the Made in America Festival is being canceled due to severe circumstances. The Jay-Z event featured Lizzo, who is currently under fire for allegations of workplace harassment. It's not clear whether the current controversy is the reason for the festival's cancellation. The microphone tossed by Cardi B during a recent Las Vegas, Nevada show is going for nearly $100,000 at auction. On this day in history, back in 1936, Jesse Owens became the first American to win 4 medals in one Olympics. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
At Southern California Edison, they're installing insulated power lines and using the latest technology to help keep our communities safe from wildfire. Learn more at sce.com/mitigation.
I don't believe it.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580. By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your ear. Follow the leader. Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Have you heard about Lendistry? Lendistry is a national black-led small business lender that is headquartered right here in LA. Once you've started your business, Lendistry provides flexible financing options starting at $50,000 to help you access the affordable capital needed to grow. Whether financing is needed to increase working capital, acquire a business, purchase inventory and equipment, or refinance debt, Lendistry has a solution for you. Lending products range from traditional business term loans and non-revolving lines of credit to SBA 7A loans and commercial real estate financing. Lendistry's free application process is simple and does not impact your credit score. Visit lendistry.com/KBLA to learn more and to get started with an application right from the website.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
On a Mission Youth Travel presents the 2023 Morehouse Homecoming HBCU College Tour, October 25th through October 29th in Atlanta, Georgia. Open to high school students grades 9 through 12. For more information, please call 323-298-4779. Again, 323-298-4779. Students will tour Morehouse College, Spelman College, Clark Atlanta University, Alabama State, and Tuskegee University. Email info@onamissionyouthtravel.com. Again, info@onamissionyouthtravel.com. The HBCU tour price includes all meals, transportation, round-trip airfare with one checked bag, hotel accommodations, all museums, college tours, and admission to the Morehouse versus Kentucky State University homecoming football game. Spaces are filling up quickly, so call today to sign up. 323-298-4779. Again, 323-298-4779.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for education as a right, not a privilege. Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science is a private, non-profit, community-founded, student-centered university committed to cultivating diverse health profession leaders who are dedicated to social justice and health equity for underserved populations. CDU does this through outstanding education, clinical service, and community engagement. Recently, Charles Drew University made history by opening only the 5th medical school at an historically black university. Congratulations, South LA. Congratulations to the dean of the medical school, Dr. Deborah Protho-Stiff. CDU is now training doctors and providing $90 million in annual economic benefit to Watts and surrounding neighborhoods. To apply for medical school, get more information, or sign your child up for the Junior Doctors Saturday School program, visit cdrewu.edu. That's cdrewu.edu. At KBLA, we are dedicated to equity in education and ending healthcare apartheid, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Joe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
through some hard times. It will be alright. It's
The many desires we might harbor in relationships, few attract as much mockery or suspicion as the rescue fantasy. According to this longing, a lover, normally a man, becomes unnaturally concerned with finding a partner, normally a woman, who is suffering and unhappy. While ostensibly interested in assuaging her grief, the lover is in reality more concerned with exploiting her vulnerability for what are assumed to be nefarious ends. He is excited, perhaps even sexually, by her sadness, and far from rescuing her, uses her sorrow to aggrandize himself. Even before mentioning the horse on which the rescuer might ride into town, this is all meant to, and does indeed, sound properly ridiculous, if not outright sinister. However, it's arguable that the longing to assist someone does in fact occupy a legitimate role in healthy love for both genders, and that we should dare to understand and recognize the appeal in ourselves and our partners. Emotional sanity may be wholly compatible with a powerful, intermittent attraction to distress. It's normal if we're sometimes drawn to and deeply touched by what has made someone sad, what they find hard, what they have until now been very alone with. It is as we discover the fragile sides of someone that we have a sense of what separates them from casual acquaintances, and recognize with relief and a sense of new loyalty how much they share in our own confusion and pain. We can admire people for their accomplishments, their vibrant social life, or their buoyancy of character. But insofar as we love them, it's often because of bits of them that have known suffering, because moments of their childhood were difficult, because they can doubt themselves and are acquainted with melancholy and isolation. Nor should it surprise us if there can be an erotic component.
Ladies and gentlemen, guilty obligation. Should I be responsible for fixing my significant other's family issues? Now, Arabia was having church before we came forward, and now that we've come full circle, I wanted Arabia because she was talking about mutuality. And this clip right here was very heavy, too, because he talked about people preying on people that are in need or hurt in some kind of way, right? In other words, coming in as the rescuer, the savior, trying to fix their problems, and doing that from a space of manipulation. But Arabia, before we cover that, the point you were making before we, came forward here about mutuality, finish that thought, because that was very powerful.
It's so powerful that it hurts. Because I found myself being friends to a lot of people that weren't friends to me. To the point that I had to look up the definition. And when I looked up the definition, it said mutual respect between two beings. But I can read it for you. A person who's known and with whom has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual and family relation. So we're not romantically involved. It's mutual respect. So, yeah. So to be mutual, you have to be vulnerable with somebody. You have to be exclusive with somebody. You have to share something with yeah. But mutual was the word, and that's where I'm at with it.
Hey, she mad right now, and I don't know why. No, I'm just she mad. Don't get in your feelings, boy. When she get on the radio, she get in her feelings. Listen here, it's mutual. You understand? It's give and take. You feel me? I love it. Bet 100, shoot 100. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Arabia. She's on the line right now. Let me get these callers in here because they want to talk too. And man, we all over the country. Let's get some folk in here. Truemonger, Dallas, Texas. What are your thoughts?
Oh man. No, we're not responsible for our partner's family. getting that stuff together. They're responsible for that.
But what if they
Now,
come to you?
if
What
they ask,
what if they
I'll
come
listen.
to you? Yeah.
I'll listen. I will suggest some things, but it's up to them to do the work afterwards. I'm not going to keep butting in. I'm not going to volunteer myself to always get into it, if that makes any sense.
What
I'll listen.
what if certain members of the family like you, and then certain members of the family don't like you? Would you help the family? Would you help the family members that you like or that like you, and would you not help the family members that don't like you? Like, would you draw a line in the sand, so to speak?
Think for my own self, yeah, I would. I'm only willing to help people who are willing to help themselves.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Whether they like me or not. Well, I'll be more inclined to help those who I get along with than those who just want to remain in the chaos, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do better or be better.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not accountable. I'll deal with people who hold themselves accountable versus those who always try to pass the blame on somebody else.
Wow. No, I get it.
Even my partner did that. I would let my partner know when they were wrong. I would let their relatives know if they were wrong in the situation.
So
I try not to take sides.
Let me ask you this.
If that makes sense.
Let me ask you this, True, because you always have some pretty intricate and interesting perspectives here. We should look at, tell me if I'm right or wrong, we should look at our significant other's family as step family, in much the same way you look at step kids. Now, I'm not saying you treat stepchildren worse than your own children, because if you're in their life, you should contribute to their life as much as you can positively. But I'm using the word step just to make the point that your significant other's people, they're like a blended family. Like they're from the other side of the tracks. They're not your family. They're from the other side of the tracks, and it's like a blended family relationship. So there has to be some work put in, right, in order to build a relationship to where maybe one of them could cross the tracks and come ask you for some help. But if you everybody's help, shouldn't your partner step in and be like, no, we have to set up some boundaries to protect you from being exploited from everybody in the family? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that discussion needs to take place. Unless she's so caught up in the whole issue to where she doesn't see that, that's a whole other discussion. But I'm going to see it.
But what if she's the advocate? What if she's the linchpin? Like, come on, baby, we got to help my nephew. Are you there? Are you going to do it?
Depends on the situation. I may not always do it, but it all depends. If that person is willing to listen and actually really needs the help, yeah, I'll help them. But it doesn't mean I'm gonna keep on doing it if they keep getting into the same mess over and over and over again. That's something I won't do. I won't do that with my own family.
So kind of like what Sean said, right? Sean said, listen, here's some money. This is a one-time deal. It's not a loan. You don't have to pay me back. It's a one-time deal. I can't help you after this. This is the extent of my help right here.
Because at some point it boils down to being respectful. And if you continue doing the same things over and over again, always coming with some mess, people have a line that they won't. That's not acceptable to cross, if that makes sense. Everybody has a joint point.
No, I totally agree.
If you're not doing better, man, you need to seek some help elsewhere, because you can't keep running back here, bringing chaos and disturbing the peace within our home. if that makes sense.
I got you, True. Hey, Truemonger, Dallas, Texas. You brought us in the building. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, I don't care what city it is, anywhere in the country. Y'all listening to us all over America right now. Get to your phone lines and join this discussion. Guilty obligations. Should I be responsible for fixing my significant other's family's problems?
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Extreme heat increases your risk of heat illness and death. Warning signs of heat exhaustion include muscle cramps, headache, and nausea. Signs of heat stroke include a fever of 103 or higher, confusion, and loss of consciousness. Protect yourself by limiting time spent outdoors, staying hydrated, and staying cool in air-conditioned spaces. Learn how to stay safer from extreme heat at heatreadyca.com. Brought to you by the state of California.
What does access mean?
Access means owning a home. Access means growing my business.
Access means building generational wealth.
No matter your goals, U.S. Bank Access Commitment Programs and Initiatives provide the tools and resources to help you reach them. Access your financial goals at usbank.com/access. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands for Unity and Healing. African Focus Incorporated is a nonprofit organization based in California that focuses on the growth and well-being of Africans all around the world. Their mission is to promote the well-being of people of African descent through knowledge and appreciation of one another by building a bridge of love and understanding. African Focus Incorporated strives for cultural, educational, and economic growth. They're the organization behind the African Family Induction Ceremony, African Goodwill Award, African Focus Trailblazer Tours, African Dance Competition, and Showcase Los Angeles, Family Day, Good News Windows Microfinance Project, and more. To volunteer, travel with African Focus, or to attend one of their community building events, please call 310-676-7730. That's 310-676-7300. Or visit AfricanFocus.org. This is a diaspora-wide community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
My playlist. Come on, man. This is the kind of vibe I want on a Wednesday afternoon. Listening to the voice of reason on the 405. Doing 6 miles per hour. Yeah. The voice of reason has returned to KBLA Talk 1580. We're talking about guilty obligations. Let me share mine a little bit. Let me share with you my thought on it. You love your woman. As a man, I love my woman. Right? My woman need help. I'm going to help my woman. My woman say her people need help. I'm going to say, I got your back. But I'm also going to have conversations about boundaries. I'm going to have a conversation about duration, how long. And then I'm going to have a conversation about the resources in question. Right? Because one thing I don't want to do is dry up a resource that we need, right? Trying to help a family member who may not appreciate it, may not respect it, may not value it the way I value it, maybe because I work for it, right? Whatever that resource may be. But, and I don't want to say it's conditional, but I do want to say there should be some type of conditions or boundaries to helping folk. And I know that there are, and I've talked to women around this, there are some men out there who help everybody. And sometimes the woman in that relationship finds herself pulling this man saying, you can't help everybody. You can't do for everybody. And I know it happens vice versa. I know a lot of mothers out there, big mamas and grandmamas, who are out there and they want to help everybody, while at the same time possibly neglecting themselves. Goodness gracious. I shouldn't be responsible for fixing your family's problems. But if my woman comes to me and says, we need your help, I'm not going to turn her down. Who going to turn her down? Call me right now, 1-800-920-15. If your woman came to you and said, look, my nephew, little Ray Ray, you remember little Ray Ray? You met him at the 4th of July party at your uncle's house? Yeah. Little Ray Ray needs some help. How many of you brothers going to turn him down? Because isn't it about community? And when you with somebody, the two families make up the community that relationship represents. Right? So it is a slippery slope. Yes, people can and will, if given the opportunity, they can and will take advantage of you, even family. So how does a couple protect themselves from the bleeding heart types in our relationships? The one that says, I got it. I'm going to take care of it. Don't worry. How does your significant other protect that person? Very interesting questions here tonight. Let's get Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida. Mimi, get in here.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, everyone.
How are you?
I'm feeling pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm alive and well. I'm still here. Mimi, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
This is a really interesting topic, and from what I'm getting from you, when you say obligated to help your partner's family, you mean financially, or did you mean exclusively financially?
Listen, I mean in any way possible.
Okay.
Relationships, business opportunities, insight, emotional support, whatever, in any aspect.
Okay. I'm torn about that because in my last relationship with my ex, I loved him a lot. He loved me. Things didn't work out. He was successful. He was doing well, and it was known. I mean, what he had. You know, it was known. But that's not why I was attracted to him. But my family saw that, and he has a really good heart. And, you know, some things went on, and he offered to help a couple of family members. And he asked me what I thought about that, and I said, well, if you feel that's something you want to do, then I'm okay with it. But when someone came to me and said, you know, I need some help with something, and, you know, I know your man has it. I know he's making 6 figures. I know he's doing well, and I really need it. So can you just, you know, whisper in his ear and just, you know, make it happen? And I said, I just told him, let me think about it.
Wait,
and
no,
then
hold on, Mimi.
I'll tell you what.
Wait,
I'll tell you why I told him that.
Wait, hold on.
Let me.
No,
it's not what you think.
Just hold on 1 second. I got to wrap my head around this.
Okay.
Are you telling me somebody from your family recognized that the man you was dating was a 6-figure guy and came to you and asked you if you could ask him for some help?
Yes, he had a business.
Wait, hold tight. When we come forward, I got to marinate. When we come forward, I'm going back to Jacksonville, Florida. This done turned into General Hospital.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Former Black Orlando Area State Attorney Monique Worrell says she'll challenge today's suspension. A governor